Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Plymouth Regional High School as we get set for this NHIAA Division II field hockey first round matchup between the 8th-seeded Bobcats of Plymouth Regional High School taking on the 9th-seeded Knights of Kingswood Regional High School. Hello, everyone. I'm Dan Salzer alongside our staff here on Pemmy Baker TV. So glad you could join us. Two different stories coming into the postseason here. Both teams haven't been in the playoffs for a few years. Kingswood coming in 7-8-1 in the regular season. Their last appearance in the postseason back in 2021, where they had their first round win in a 7-10 matchup over Bow 6-0 before getting shut out to number 2 Portsmouth in the quarterfinals. Plymouth, on the other hand, the last time they've officially been in the tournament, not counting COVID and those fantastic years, was 2017. Came in that 7-10 matchup as well. First round 1-0 win over Sanborn before falling 2-0 to Wyndham in the quarterfinals. Plymouth finishing the regular season a very strong 9-7-0, but are on a 2-game losing streak entering the playoffs. Their last loss being 7-1 at Hanover before falling earlier in the week last week 5-1 over Hollis Brookline, who are the top seed for the tournament this season. Winner of this game will advance to take on the Cavaliers in the quarterfinals. On the other side, Kingswood coming in very strong. Winners of their last 3 games have outscored their opponents in that streak 14-1 and have won 4 of their last 5. So Plymouth really going to need to step up here if they're going to advance on in the postseason. We're underway in this first round matchup. Talking with head coach Ashley Laufenberg before the game. Team just has to find their groove. Had a great couple of practices leading up to today, but they've got to find their identity. They've got to work quickly, get some shots in. It's just have that confidence here at home. Again, Kingswood, a turf team coming on the road. It might be a factor. We talked about that with the work-based learning group at Plymouth Regional High School and their coverage of field hockey, mentioning that the grass surface might play a role in today's game, as that one's going to be off a leg. So the Knights will attack here on the near side. Lovering, Contini will look for some help. Nice pass to the middle. Fullerton going to try to outlet, advantage call off the foot. Bobcats setting up nicely here in the attack to start this game, just underway. Again, it's Plymouth have to get chances in. The advantage call and the whistle here. Shot from outside. If it went in, wouldn't count. Now it's hacked around. And it's going to be a long corner coming in for Plymouth. Approaching 2 minutes into the first quarter, scoreless underway here at Plymouth Regional High School. Fullerton will look for help. Mitchell will swing it around as a couple players slip in the middle of the field. Lifted, and they're going to say dangerous by Plymouth stepping into it. Fullerton couldn't connect. Mitchell will come over and protect. Good stick work on the sideline by the Bobcats to keep it in play. I guess they're going to say that Roper couldn't. Oh, actually she drew the foul instead. They're going to bring it back for a moment. Kingswood needs to just get it deep, get Plymouth stuck in their own end, tire out this defensive side. Restart here for Plymouth. Advantage here in the dangerous play. Quick self-start. Into the circle. Advantage call, and the shot goes wide as it looked like it deflected. And it did, so it's going to be a long corner coming in for Plymouth. Out at the 25. Mitchell trying to find an angle. Turns it over on the edge of the circle, and Tini will have to regroup. Mitchell going to swing it, and could have been called dangerous, but play on. Here are the Knights on one of their first attacks, but quickly stopped by the Bobcat defensive side. Knocked around on the sideline. Watto looking for Fullerton, and a little push foul. I was going to say it's off the leg instead. Is the call against Plymouth. Back underway. Oh, good cut inside. Chance on. Only momentarily, though. Contini under pressure. And obstruction, the call against Kingswood. Great to see football coming out to support field hockey as they're getting to line up just off to the left of your screen for their practice and their senior game this weekend. Live right here on PBTV. Mitchell finds help with Gilpatrick. Roper under pressure and earns sided. Advantage on the dangerous. And quickly intercepted by Fullerton. Played over the sideline near midfield. Just over 5 minutes in here in the first quarter, scoreless on this first round matchup in Division II, and a absolutely gorgeous Tuesday afternoon here in the foothills of the White Mountains. Leaves may be mostly brown now. It is low 70s, been absolutely stunning here this week. Perfect weather for field hockey. And foul there, stick interference. On the left side, as Zakin couldn't keep it in. Batted down, they're going to call dangerous. That's a dangerous restart as well. It got up high. You'll have a lot of whistles if you're new to field hockey throughout the game. Zakin. Backhanded inside with some help. Top of the circle, advantage call. I'm going to say it was outside of the circle at the time. So Mitchell, because inside of that dashed line, will have to move 5 yards away before she can attack goal. Has another whistle. It's into the circle. And the Knights defend nicely. Mitchell couldn't get it cleared. Knights on that left wing side for themselves. I believe that was Ava Cole getting tied up and called for the foul. Tini, good lift down the sideline. Roper couldn't settle it down. That's off, I believe, of a foot of Roper. And Kingswood will have possession. Hard outlet gets through Mitchell. Cole into the circle. Best chance so far for the Knights. Tossed towards goal, still loose. And a corner and a stick interference. So first penalty corner of the game go to the Knights. Cole to insert. She'll go short. Great job by Mitchell coming off the line to clear it away. That one extra hop allowed Mitchell to get out there quick enough and start this counterattack. Strickland looking for an outlet pass, leaves it off right side. A couple of Bobcats there. An advantage call. Strickland with a self-start. That's off a foot. Or they say it's off of Plymouth. And here come the Knights trying to set up their counterattack. Good dribbling through the middle of the field for Cole. Cantini, great defense, trips up though after getting a little poke check. Another stick interference call. Great job by Mitchell. Absolute solid start for her on defense in the first quarter. 5:30 to go, scoreless. Down the sideline. Played in towards the middle. Roper was trying to find Avery. And it's played away from pressure from the Knights. Mitchell going to work up into the midfield. That's a dangerous ball. And a restart coming up. Dangerous as that one's up into the hip there of Gilpatrick. Mitchell kind of scuffs it on the turf. Didn't get it a clean hit. It's into the circle. Strickland steals it away. Can't find the target in front though. Another chance. Stopped by the defense. Plymouth bringing the pressure here in the first quarter. Hacked at. And again, stick interference. So Bobcats setting up well here. Mitchell hacks that into the circle. It's stolen away. And a foul on Kingswood. I say it started outside on the advantage. So Bobcats with a free hit. Mitchell with a self-start. Into the circle. And a 16-yard coming out for the Knights. Cantini with a good defensive stop at midfield. Just seems like Kingswood with the natural surface struggling a little bit to get the clean passes and having the speed. Plymouth being home field advantage working very well into the circle. Avery left side for Roper. Roper still battling, and Roper's called for the stick interference. Both teams with some stellar defense here in the opening quarter. Mitchell sees that one out of bounds. I'll call the foul instead. 2:40 to go, first quarter. Back up, Shuffleton. Roper working down, but it will go over the end line. And a free hit coming for the Knights as they quickly move it out to midfield. Mitchell looking for the quick start. Gilpatrick trying to thread the needle through the Knights defense. And it's turned around and cleared away by Kingswood. Cantini. Up to Ella Duchette. Avery finds that one through. Roper Left side, backhands it towards the front of the cage. Plymouth still with possession. And a foul on Plymouth there with the trip. Ping balled around. Avery cuts back under a strong side. Gilpatrick taps it down low, finds it on her stick, and it's defended away. Knights doing well, getting in the shooting lanes. Plymouth still working on the edge. Oh, and that one got up high, but a corner coming for Plymouth, their first of the afternoon, with under a minute to go. So again, can't end the quarter on the horn on a penalty corner. Well, still plenty of time at 30 seconds and counting. We'll see who will build the target for Plymouth. Setting up on this left side. And it is going to Cantini. Back into the circle. Great pressure coming out. Believe that was Cole, and it was. And stick interference on Plymouth as the horn will sound to end the first quarter of play. Exciting opening quarter, but we're scoreless after one. Oh, correction, we have the corner. I didn't see it. I saw the play coming out. So last chance here for Plymouth. They'll play the advantage. Sent towards goal. Batted around at the post. And now we'll get the whistle that ends the quarter. So there was a corner called, the second one for Plymouth in a row. And about a foot away from taking the lead. But at the end of one, we're scoreless in this NHIA Division II field hockey first round matchup. You're watching Bobcat Field Hockey here on Pemmy Baker TV. What's up, Paul? Gorgeous day. Welcome back as we get set to start the second quarter. Bobcats with the start once again with the center pass as we wait for the scoreboard to be reset. Scoreless after one if you're just tuning in. Gilpatrick will try to dribble and makes it dangerous by having it roll off her stick into a body of a Knights midfielder. Sakin has it turned over. So let's see if Plymouth can keep the momentum that they had in the first 15 minutes. Most of the play was in the Knights' end as this goes over the end line. 16 free hit coming out. With how Plymouth played at the end of the first, having those back-to-back corners with time expired, being able to keep the momentum with a break kind of throws some teams off at times, and see if they can keep that energy going. Mitchell with some open field on this left wing side. Has a target, nice cutback, but into traffic. Gets through two defenders and gets the call here. As the officials are gonna move Plymouth back for the restart. A little bit too much of an advantage for that. Good ball up top. Roper gets advantage outside the circle. Second. We'll restart. And stick interference called on the Bobcats. Loose at midfield, settled by Fullerton. Gilpatrick trying to win it back. Slapped at and sent downfield. Mitchell under pressure. Cantini has it knocked off her stick This one will roll through the circle. It's going to stay in play. Oh, they're going to call the foul. They're going to call the foul. Stick interference again. That is, there it is. Late call on the dangerous. That got up towards the head of O'Coin, I believe it was. Fullerton has Young pressing against her. Plymouth will have possession. Under 12 to go in the second quarter. Still looking for our first goal of the game. Mitchell. No advantage, but play on. Right wing side, Mitchell dances past one defender, can't get past the second. And the Knights now with a foul call. I was going to say we're able to keep it out of their own end. Another advantage call and the foul off the foot. Side in for Plymouth in front of the Knights bench. Played in defeat, advantage on, and now the whistle once again. Great read by the Bobcats. Intercepting that restart. And a dangerous follow through, and Plymouth will once again have the free hit at midfield. Plymouth trying to use up the self-starts and the outlet passes. Trying to find a way back inside the circle. Obstruction on that last call, on the third-party obstruction, and a lot of contact here in the near wing. Called against Duchette. Fullerton with Young pressing against her. Off of Young, and now the foul. Quick moving first half so far. A lot more midfield play here in the second quarter from the first. Kingswood getting more possession time here as of late. It's still in. There was no whistle as Fullerton thought it went out and gave up on the play. And that will not make Coach Laufenberg very happy. So those little mistakes that could cost you, especially here in the playoffs. As it rolls out for a side in. And substitutions. Shuffleton comes back into the game. Plymouth will have possession once again. A lot of heavy stick contact today being called against Kingswood. Advantage. And Plymouth with Shuffleton. So try to lift it into the circle. Hacked inside, that's off a leg. Advantage on, and now with the shot, it'll be a free hit coming out. So they gave the advantage, and that gets negated with a shot inside the circle. And then another foul committed on Kingswood. Plymouth finding their rhythm again after a slower start to this quarter. Miss hit. out high. Fullerton can't send it deep. Stab up the field, but quickly turned over, and Plymouth will have possession on the left wing side and restart their attack. A lot of contact. Chance for Roper, has some help, right post side. And stick interference is the call. Just over 7 minutes to go, second quarter, still scoreless here at Plymouth Regional High School. Strickland gets the call. Played back, it looked like it might have been off a foot, but play continues. In the circle, Strickland is called for the foul. Again, winner of this game will advance to take on top-seeded Cavaliers of Hollis Brookline later this week. Plymouth would love some redemption against the Cavaliers after that 5-1 loss last week here at home. And pretty horrible conditions with a freak downpour that came through, the very cold conditions, as this one's dangerously played on the restart. Mitchell with a self-start. Good defense by the Knights. Fullerton answers right back. Advantage. And the back and forth continues. So that one's dangerous on the follow-through. Again, it was that coming back. If you keep it low and shuffle through, it's not called as much. Kingswood trying to start something here in the second. I believe have not officially had a shot on goal as of yet. 5 minutes to go here in the second. Edge of the circle, though, on the Bobcats side. Cole doing well to win possession and draws the foul. And going out. Knights trying to get through this defensive side of Plymouth. They haven't had many chances here today. Lucas in net has yet to be tested, but that could be also a negative when she does get that first shot, essentially trying to play it cold. Defense, the Bobcat chant from the football team on the far side of the field, and it seems to have helped. Shuffleton draws the infraction. Hard hit down the sideline, clean play as it will just roll out. Again, both teams have only one timeout for the entire game, so Plymouth, I don't believe, has used one yet this year in a game. A dangerous is the call. That includes overtime. It's not like other sports where you use your timeouts and you get an extra one in extra time. Advantage and advancing the call. Stick interference on Plymouth. Closing moments here in the first half. Knocked down. Gilpatrick at midfield. down the right sideline. Great hustle from Welch. Advantage off a foot. And officials are going to move the restart a little bit further back. You've got to be careful. Don't want to get a card at this late stage of the quarter. Knights. Defense bending but not breaking. Mitchell with a great stop. Gets through a couple of defenders. Their sticks get locked up, and right on the substitution change, coming in fresh is Doucette. Under 2 to go. Hard hit towards the sideline on the deflection. Cantini, first one home. And the call, obstruction. And 5-yard is called the other way. Again, when you're at that halo, that dash line, you've got to move 5 yards away from the cage before you can attack. And Kingswood a couple of times have been called for that 5-yard, negating some of these chances down deep. Fullerton with another stop. Softly plays it out to Welch. As Welch is called for obstruction. Tap to the middle. Sakin keeps possession. That's a dangerous up at the thigh. Chance for Kingswood to sneak one in here before the break. Doucette has it stripped. Trying to clear it away, and a foul call before that trip. And luckily it goes in favor of the Bobcats. 15 seconds. Plymouth just trying to keep it away from their cage right now. Final seconds and a whistle here. Quick start as the horn will sound to end the first half of play. An exciting opening 30 minutes of action. Plymouth really controlled the first quarter. A lot of midfield play in the second. Knights getting some chances, but yet to get a shot on goal officially. But nevertheless, a fantastic first half of this first round matchup between the Bobcats and the Knights. We'll be back for the start of the third quarter. At the half, it's Plymouth 0, Kingswood 0. You're watching Bobcat Field Hockey on Pemmy Baker TV. Back here on Pemmy Baker TV. Dan Salzer alongside our staff. Coming out of the halftime break here at Plymouth Regional High School as the 8th-seeded Bobcats are scoreless with the 9th-seeded Knights of Kingswood in this NHIAA Division II field hockey first-round battle. Again, winner of this advances to the quarterfinals and will travel to Hollis Brookline, the top seed in this year's tournament. Knights will have the center passes to start both the third and fourth quarter as we get back underway. Toil with that outlet. That one's off a foot. And Kingswood trying to set up for a side in, but it was a foul in the field of play. Big hack, that was low, so not dangerous. It's going to leave a sting on Mitchell for sure. And obstruction, the call against the Knights. Call against Kingswood. And another back-to-back whistles, and trying to see who that was. Looks like Anna Johnson, number 19, getting called by the officials, saying, hey, just settle down a little bit. This one going against Plymouth. Shoveled towards the middle of the field. That one's off the foot. Doucette. Home run hit there coming from Toyle. And it will go over the end line. And 16 for a hit coming out for Plymouth. Still a great crowd on hand here in the hillside in the end zone. Also in the infield of the baseball field. Cheering on both teams. Played through traffic. Contini shielding and avoiding the obstruction call nicely with just the right movement. Lifted, but not dangerous. Clean play on the restart. Outlet pass from Kilpatrick. A.V. Kilpatrick of Kingswood goes over the sideline. Side in is turned over to the Knights near midfield. The referee thought about blowing it dead for advance, and now they're going to call the stick interference the other way. And again, tic-tac-toe in the middle of the field here. With 11 and a half minutes to go, third quarter, still looking for our first goal of the game. Great stop by Mitchell. Able to time so many of these checks perfectly and negate the rushes from the Knights. So the wind's starting to pick up. You wonder with the heat at this point of the season if we're starting to see some more fatigued bodies out there with the temperatures. Hasn't been as sharp for both teams since really the first quarter. Another interference call with the stick. That one rides up on the body. Self-startle on the sidelines, and another quick whistle here against Avery Gilpatrick. And another one, so Plymouth just tiptoeing down the sidelines with the foul calls. Watto on the wing. Goes with a short pass. Gilpatrick is called for the foul. Toyle. That's dangerous, up by Gilpatrick's head. However this ends up, it's going to be one of those instant classic type of games. Another foul. Approaching 9.5 to go. Played inside for Strickland. And going in favor of the Knights on the whistle. At the top of the circle as the foul came from inside the circle. Big knock Dangerous, the call. Push and goal hasn't really been tested all afternoon. A couple of threatening chances by Plymouth, but there's Cantini using her long stride to win the foot race to the loose ball near midfield. Plymouth really getting numbers forward. That one popped over the stick. Oh, that's going to slow things down. Mitchell was trying to go for the quick self-start and will be moved back to the 25. Leaves it inside, down low for Roper. And a corner coming for Plymouth. Their third of the game, first of the second half. And a fantastic opportunity for the home team to get on the board first here. Avery will insert here. Goes short. Bush with a call of out, and it was off the wrong side of the stick for Gilpatrick. And an unforced error in the turnover. And we'll see if that gives the Knights some momentum. Here with 7.5 to go in the third. And just like that, going back in for Plymouth. Dribbling in, hard shot, that's dangerous. Got up above the waist, and the restart cleared down to the Bobcats' end. One of the best opportunities for either team here this afternoon was right there. Keelan Mitchell with the chance. Going for the lift on the restart. Intercepted by Kingswood. Bobcats struggling with their passing here as of late. Vantage call on the Bobcats' left wing side. Cantini's outlet is intercepted into the circle for the Knights. And great awareness there by Lucas to let it go wide. Took a deflection. But it looks like it will stay with Kingswood. Be a long corner at the 25. Knights go back on the restart. Advantage. As Morgan Gilpatrick gets the stick in the way, the senior. And another call outside the circle. Another advantage. And another restart for the Knights. Toil. This one's flicked, just kept in. Plymouth getting a little body there trying to come through. Was Amelia Avery. Little bumper cars off a couple of Knights defenders. 4:40 remaining, third quarter, still scoreless in this first round matchup. Played into space. And obstruction, third-party obstruction, the call against Plymouth. Quick restart. Slapped down by Mitchell. This one pushed hard to this left wing side. Feels like it's going to be that one lucky bounce, that one lucky hit. It's going to be the difference here this afternoon. And two very evenly matched up programs. Mitchell towards the sideline. Trying to dance away from her defender. Able to get some help up high with Gilpatrick. And we'll have a side in for Plymouth. Avery Gilpatrick for the Knights able to get the stop. Here's a nice outlet, but Cantini using her speed tracks back and gets the defensive stop. And just on the edge of the circle, no corner. Stick interference to call on Plymouth. Chance into the circle. Played in front, and a corner coming. So, first corner of the second half for Kingswood, only their second of the game, approaching 2 minutes to go here in the third. See what it's going to go to. It'll go short. At the top of the circle. And Plymouth, for the moment, defends beautifully. Gilpatrick on the left side. Into the shooting circle. Cantini stands her ground beautifully and hammers this, but it will go out of play. Final 90 seconds in the third quarter. Hard hit to the middle. Outlet feed. Gilpatrick at midfield. Bobcats trying to set up the counterattack. And whistle in favor of Plymouth. One minute remaining in the quarter. Johnson tries to send that deep for the Knights. Gives a second hack and called for dangerous. Big stick-to-stick contact. Gilpatrick the other way for the Knights. Can't clear the pressure. Mitchell draws the foul. For correction, that's Brunt, number 23, not number 21. So you look into the sun here. Bobby Brunt with some great plays in the midfield as well. Drilled down low, played up high with Ava Cole. Cole defended beautifully by the Bobcats as we end the third quarter of action. Scoreless here in the first round of the Division II Field Hockey Tournament. We head to the final 15 minutes of regulation. It's Kingswood 0, Plymouth 0 on Pemmy Baker TV. Don't go anywhere. So it comes to this. We head to the final 15 minutes of regulation. Still scoreless in this 8-9 matchup in the first round of the NHIA Division II Field Hockey Tournament. Talked about it pregame. Kingswood coming in with all the momentum, 3 straight wins, outscoring their opponents in that span 14-1. Plymouth finished the regular season back-to-back losses, but have looked like a completely different team as of late here. Down the left side for Cole. And that one's off a foot of Plymouth. As the officials will respot for the restart. Young on the left wing side. Gilpatrick gets the stick down. A lot of confusion, slow play, no whistle. Now we'll have a whistle, and it's coming out for Plymouth. Lifted, not dangerous. You can scoop it forward. A stick interference call on Kingswood. Battle in the midfield once again. Looking for that home run pass. That's an advantage. That's off a teammate. And I believe that was Avery Gilpatrick, 16, who's shaken up. Or correction, it's not. That's number 19, Anna Johnson, who took the brunt of that restart. And she's still hobbling around in the middle of the field. Good tie up here. And Kingswood will quickly restart. Again, it's going to take that mental toughness here down the stretch. It's that one mental lapse for either team that's going to allow the attack to slip through. Cole flicks it into the circle. Right side. And a lot of contact over the end line. No foul call. And a 16-yard free hit coming out as Mitchell tried to get the quick self-start, but the ball wasn't settled. Mitchell off the toe of her stick. Plymouth right up to midfield. We'll send this one towards the circle. Roper on the attack. And it's negated by Kingswood. 12 minutes to go. Lifted. Hard shot downfield. Will it have enough speed? It won't. It'll stay in the circle. Mitchell with some solid defense and clean play stops that attack. Fantastic effort. Kears Mitchell, senior, and one of the captains for the Bobcats, stepping up here today. Passed towards the middle of the field. As that was Sakin trying to get that forward. Turned over on the whistle. Miss hit the first time. Toil. And a corner. So chance for the Knights. Third of the game, second penalty corner of the half. We'll see what Kingswood designs on this play. Toil with the insert. Finds Gilpatrick. As that's dangerous. And free hit coming out for the Bobcats. "50 minutes of scoreless action, 10 minutes remaining in the fourth. Which defense is going to crack? So far, two really determined, really well-matched teams doing battle this afternoon, and you'd hate to see either team lose the way they've played here today. Down towards the end line, Mitchell looks to the outlet to give Gilpatrick. It's off a foot, and the Bobcats will have possession. Off a foot again, but it will say actually off a stick. Lucky break though, but a side in for Plymouth near midfield. Baseball infield dirt. A small section of the field is with that. That's off of Gilpatrick of the Knights. Plymouth, I don't really think any team has officially had a shot on goal as Roper couldn't keep it in along the end line. Tried to give it a hack. Oh, we're going to have a long corner coming in. I'm going to say that took a deflection and Roper to get a piece of it, so Plymouth will have the long corner at the 25. Into the circle! Kicked around! Score! Bobcats get on the board! Alexa Joyce, the freshman, comes up big for the Bobcats. Bush just played it back into danger, and Joyce was there to just tap it home. And we'll see what composure Plymouth can have here for the final 8.5 minutes. Said it was going to take that one lucky bounce, and it went the Bobcats' way. Plymouth finding another gear, but a foul called on the obstruction, third-party obstruction. So now the Knights going to have to start throwing everything in the kitchen sink at Plymouth here. Dangerous the call. Restart for the Bobcats at midfield. Move it closer here instead. Tough dribble. Johnson able to get that stop. Cole, edge of the circle. Three Bobcats back to defend. Cole still with it. Inside the shooting circle and dangerous. Here's the call. Good lift towards midfield. Stolen away though by the Knights. With some great hands, knocking that out of the air for Kingswood. That's off a couple of feet. Referee has the whistle at their mouth, and now called against Plymouth. Under 7 to go. Young. And dangerous again is the call. 6:30 remaining. Urquhart is called for the foul. Plymouth. Gilpatrick throws it towards the cage. Roper gives it a couple of hacks. Another chance, but a whistle. And a free hit for Kingswood. And they stay alive. Great intercept on the restart, and it's over the end line, and a 16 free hit coming out for Kingswood. You can feel the tension. Great outlet, that's off a stick. Came off of Brunt. Toyle gonna try to do what she can to get it down deep into Bobcat territory. Cole flicks it towards the circle, and again, some fantastic defensive efforts. Cantini joining in on the action. We've called her name a few times, but her and Mitchell have really been the standouts for Plymouth this afternoon. We approach the final 5. Outlet to Roper. That one's kicked by Bush. If it rolled in, it wouldn't have counted, but chance now for Plymouth to get the insurance in front. Joyce, as obstruction is called, was on the doorstep once again as we hit the final 5. Plymouth playing with a lot more confidence, naturally so, after that goal. Look absolutely rejuvenated. Kingswood setting up a counterattack. Gilpatrick trying to find the likes of Cole. Off a foot, advantage. Still advantage, and now the whistle with a stoppage of play. Mitchell will push it. That's a right wing side. Cut off by Kingswood. They'll work it up in front of the Bobcats bench along the sideline. And a side in for the Knights. Dangerous the call. Bobcats just trying to keep the pressure away from Lucas. Hard hit, that one's off a foot. Advantage called, and now a whistle, as this one's gonna be moved back by about 20 yards by the field of things. Under 3 minutes remaining. Kingswood trying to keep their season alive, trying to find the equalizer. Dangerous pass, dangerous play, and the whistle sounds, and it's going to go to Kingswood. 2.5 remaining. Again, Cantini doing well. Got to avoid the obstruction call. And she does so once again. Italian really bringing, again, spark to this defensive side in all of this program. Down to 2. Fundamentals out of the window, just trying to make anything happen in the circle, and it's cleared away. Momentarily, though. Duchette draws the push foul. And Plymouth going to bleed as many seconds as they possibly can down the stretch. Hard whack, rolls over midfield. Roper finds it on her stick, leaves it off for some wonderful help. Chance in towards the circle. Knocked around. Can Joyce get another? She cannot. 1:10 remaining. Kingswood gonna have to get numbers upfield. Gotta launch it. Good step up. But dangerous is the call on Kingswood for stepping into that. Final minute of play. Now they're actually going to change the call. It's dangerous on Plymouth. Good backhand stab. Toyle has been outstanding for the Knights here today. Big hit towards the end line in the corner. Free it coming out, but a final 30 seconds here in Plymouth. Bobcats looking for their first tournament win since 2017, the last time they were in the tournament. This one will roll over the sideline. Down to 15. Final 10. Plymouth gearing up for the celebration. 5 seconds on the self-start. Towards the middle. Last chance. There's the horn. We go final. As Plymouth stands to the home crowd and comes away victorious 1-0. Take absolutely nothing away from Kingswood. A fantastic effort by the Knights. Isabel Bush, fantastic in goal, but just a tough, again, it was that one bounce is all it would take. Who was going to get it? It turned out to be Plymouth. So Plymouth will advance to the quarterfinals. They'll travel to Hollis Brookline, the top seed, in a couple of days' time. Kingswood sees their season, unfortunately, come to an end. That's going to do it for us here this afternoon. For our camera operator and Xander Shin, I'm Dan Salzer. Final score for the final time. 8th-seeded Plymouth 1, 9th-seeded Kingswood 0. We'll see you next time here for more Bobcat action on Pemmy Baker TV.